race for Virginia's Senate race is heating up right now. You've got a brand new poll that shows a really competitive contest. Take a look at this, because we're going to start taking a look at some of these, case by case. This is Tim Kaine versus George Allen, 46-45. You really can't drive anything through that opening right there. George Allen joins me now, and it is good to have you here. Welcome.
Great to be with you, Martha.
Good morning to you. It's so interesting to sort of look at your political path, and here you are again, coming back and trying to run for the Senate seat that you lost to Jim Webb last time around. And you had that moment, it's been sort of in history books now probably, as the macaca moment, which I'm sure you'd rather not revisit. But I guess my big question is, what was different for you then in your experience to now in the state of Virginia?
Well, first of all, that was a mistake, and I never should have drawn that young man into the debate. He was simply doing his job, and I was wrong to do so. I've apologized for it, and it diverted the campaign away from the issues that families really care about. And one of my motivations for running is the future through the eyes of our children. Our oldest daughter graduated last year from college, and like many of her peers, had a hard time finding work. She's lucky she eventually did, but I see our country going in the wrong direction with fewer opportunities in our country. And you see a government that is spending, hitting us with punishing counterproductive energy policies, higher taxes, and a variety of things that are diminishing the opportunities, not just for Susan and our children, but for all children to achieve their American dream. And so what we're doing in our campaign is we believe America shouldn't continue declining. It needs to be ascending again. And it's time for an American comeback with pro-jobs policies, which I've outlined in my Blueprint for America's Comeback.
Understood.
And my opponents on the Obama side policies, which are keeping us with high unemployment.
I guess one of the reasons, obviously, this is a very important race for you and for Virginians, but for the rest of the country, when you look at this, you've got Tim Kaine, who ran the DNC, running against you in a state that President Obama was very proud to win in the presidential election, because Virginia has gone, both ways in recent history. So how has Virginia changed? You look at some of these numbers. You've got a 39% approval rating for President Obama in Virginia, and how does that help you as you head into this race?
Well, Virginia is going to be in the eye of the political storm, Martha. It will be, if I win this, whomever wins this Senate race in Virginia, I think we'll have that party controlling the U.S. Senate, whether it's common sense conservatives or more of the Reid, Schumer, Obama ilk, and it'll be a key race in the presidential race. Virginia is a state that has right-to-work laws, and that's a great advantage for us. I know that as governor, being the furthest state north on the eastern seaboard with a right-to-work law. The federal government now is suing Boeing for locating in another right-to-work state, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. That's why I think it's really important that we state that these unelected, unaccountable bureaucrats can't sue a company or tell them where they need to locate. The other thing Virginians see is that the federal government in contracting favor union workers, which adds to the cost to taxpayers, and it takes away from job opportunities from Virginia contractors on projects in Northern Virginia or Hampton Roads. So,
and that's clearly going to be a central issue.
Important.
As you look at all of the job creation issues across the country, and you guys are going to be debating that, to be sure, in Virginia. I think it's an interesting microcosm when you look across the country, this race that you're in, as you try to make a political comeback. George Allen, we thank you very much for being here. Good to talk to you, sir.
Martha.
And we want to point out, we also, good to have you. We talked to Tim Kaine's folks as well. We'd like to have him on and hear his side of that Senate race in Virginia, because the leadership of the Senate is up for grabs in this next time around as well. And that's going to be a major issue for whoever's president.
Obama won Virginia in 2008, first time since 1964.
Yeah, that's right.
So we'll see which way the winds blow there.
Virginia's going.
Martha, we've got new reaction.